Peace and blessings be with you. This is Akila Nice from naturallifeenergy.com, akilanice.com, and the Facebook group, God's Alkaline Vegans. I promote the Dr. Sebi methodology because it works, and the New York State Supreme Court says that it works. Dr. Sebi was taken before the New York State Supreme Court in 1987 on charges of practicing medicine without a license and making fraudulent claims that he was able to cure AIDS and other chronic diseases. Dr. Sebi was acquitted of all charges. He beat all the charges. I just have to emphasize that. He beat all the charges against him. Who else can say that? What medical institution or herbal practitioner can say that they went before the New York State Supreme Court or any court and prove that their methodology was able to reverse AIDS and other chronic diseases? I don't think there is any that can say that. The Amsterdam News published in 1988 an article that supported that Dr. Sebi was acquitted of all charges, that he was acquitted of this fake healing practice. Dr. Sebi appeared on the Rock Newman show and addressed how he was able to beat the case, and I used certain clips from the interview to concisely address the issue.
You were charged in New York City with practicing medicine without a license. You were ultimately charged, indicted, and taken before the New York Supreme Court. And I would advise my viewers who might be questioning your authenticity that you won that case. Now, so the charge was practicing medicine without a license and claiming that you had a remedy to cure AIDS, cancer, and diabetes.
When I'm in my office on February the 10th, here come the detectives. You are charged with practicing medicine without a license, selling product not approved by the FDA, and claiming to cure AIDS and other diseases. Mm-hmm. I said, yes. Well, you are making a fraudulent claim.
By beating the case against him, it was evident Dr. Sebi did not make fraudulent claims, and his claims were accurate. His claims of reversing chronic diseases like AIDS were based on the consumption of foods on the Dr. Sebi nutritional guide. These foods are health-supporting foods and the least detrimental foods to eat to support health and homeostasis in the body, along with taking herbs in the Dr. Sebi African Biomineral Balance. He was able to use both of these approaches to reverse disease.
I advertised in the Village Voice, the Amsterdam News, and the New York Post.
And you were telling people through your advertising that you can cure
AIDS, sickle cell, lupus, herpes, blindness, diabetes, paralysis, and others.
Okay, so they come knocking on the door and
So knocked on my door and took me to jail. And I knew that I had sufficient evidence to prove my position. Not only scientifically, empirically, historically, and whatever way they would desire. In the past, there was 2,781 cases that came before the Supreme Court and lost. Yeah. I won. Yeah. Not only did I prove scientifically, but I had the diagnostic sheets, and I do have them today. And those diagnostic sheets didn't come from me. They came from their school, their American medical accredited school.
Did I read it correctly where there was some requirement for you to actually bring a patient into court from each of those maladies, and that you brought multiple patients in court who, one, testified themselves, and that you had medical records, one showing that they were victims of the disease, and then showing that it had been cured by one doctor, and then a second doctor verifying what the first doctor had said.
To be able to beat the case, the judge required Dr. Sebi to bring evidence supporting that he was able to cure all of the diseases that he had advertised in the Amsterdam News. He had to bring in medical records to support his claims.
The judge said that I had to bring one of every patient that I had cured, and there was one that said others. The others was a man that came from Italy. He was paralyzed. But I was supposed to take 9. I took 77.
Were your patients all of color?
No, no. I have patients that are white. I have more white patients than I have black.
I found it necessary to make this video at this time because people for various reasons are trying to take advantage of Dr. Sebi's passing by either undermining the validity of his nutritional guide or undermining the herbs that he used in his African biomineral balance. They are doing this for different reasons. Some people just don't want you to heal. So they will try to undermine what his methodology can do. But what I wanted to show was that he was able to go to court and support his point and beat the case against him, which supported that his methodology does work. As I stated in the beginning, who else has been able to, from the medical practitioners to the herbal practitioners, to go to court and show and support within their works that they have been able to cure AIDS and other chronic diseases? This is what Dr. Sebi was forced to do, and he was able to do. You have medical practitioners and herbal practitioners that are out there helping people address their illnesses. But Dr. Sebi was the only person to show that he's able to actually reverse these diseases, and not just treat them, but reverse these diseases in people's bodies. Dr. Sebi was able to reverse diseases by using 2 things: his nutritional guide and the specific herbs that he uses in his African biomineral balance. Yes, the nutritional guide is restrictive. This is why it's a guide. It's a guide to the better foods to eat. It's a guide to the best foods to eat that support healing and homeostasis in the body. And these are the least detrimental foods that you can put into your body to help and speed up healing. Yes, it is restrictive, and yes, it excludes certain foods that we commonly eat, that we were taught that were the better foods to eat because they have some healing properties. But in all, they have healing properties, but they also help to destroy the body on different levels. They help to make it that you cannot establish homeostasis in the body, where is that all of the organs are operating at their optimal functioning all together. So you may get a little healing, but then they're doing other things that's destructive to the body in other areas. Dr. Sebi has identified the better foods to eat to help get to the point of homeostasis where everything is working together at their optimal functioning. The more you eat from the foods on the nutritional guide, the Dr. Sebi nutritional guide, the better your chances are towards complete healing. The better your chances are towards reaching homeostasis in the body. In the cases of chronic disease, the eating from the guide, solely eating from the guide, serves as a foundation. And that foundation is most supportive of taking and using the herbs in Dr. Sebi's African biomineral balance.
The compound that I made were made to cleanse the cells.
These herbs will help clean the body on the intracellular level. This means that these compounds go into the cells and clean the cells out. And it helps to get rid of old damaged cells and helps to produce new cells that are healthy. So over a period of time, you're rebuilding the structure of cells in your body to remove disease and build in new strengthened cells, so you have a new strengthened body. You can learn more about the recommended foods on the Dr. Sebi Nutritional Guide by clicking this link for the Dr. Sebi Nutritional Guide. You can also find information about the herbs used in Dr. Sebi's African Biomineral Balance in my book, Alkaline Herbal Medicine, which gives you information about the herbs, the medical properties of the herbs and how to use and apply the herbs. You can contact Dr. Sebi's LA office for his herbal compounds, and the number is 310-838-2490. That's 310-838-2490. Peace and blessings be with you.